just do some markers. And we got some over there, over here, a couple down here, and over there. That's making it up. There's no cameras over it.
Yeah, I figured as much.
You know, another favorite place that I like to go is Camp Squamish. And if people said to Buddy that I can't go to Camp Squamish again, and so if people keep on sending each year, then we can keep on going into Camp Squamish and having a good time.
I couldn't put it better, Marco.
I'd like to say, if you could show this to the people on my check, how much...
Sure, my pleasure. My pleasure, Marco. This is the little check. Hold that end there, son. And I'll hold the other end. There we go. There he is. He's holding it up. It says $100, huh? Thank you, Marco.
Thank you, Marco.
Marco, you know what I think? Marco, I think next year we'll get you to do all of the little things they call promotions or commercials for Timmy's. Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Big hand for Marco here. Thank you.
Welcome to the Carl Farbman Hot Sauce Show. It's the show that's just like that other show, except it's not that show. It's the Carl Farbman Show.
Today, my guest is Marco Pasqua. He is he's an author, life coach, public speaker,
Accessibility consultant.
Yeah.
And inspirational speaker and all around. And hey, my mom actually was born in Princeton, so this is a big deal for me to come to Princeton.
Oh, that's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah. So like when my parents retired, they moved back to Princeton.
Right.
And like literally my grandmother lived across the street from where we are today. So like this is like the hood for me. This is like the legit.
So where were you born?
I was born in Vancouver.
Right.
Yeah.
So normally that's one of the first questions I ask is, were you raised here or?
No.
But we know that's not true anyways. But your parents, in this case, they just live a couple doors down from me.
They do now. I was raised in Surrey.
Right.
Born in Vancouver. Now I get to bring my daughter here to see her grandmother the exact same way that I would come with my parents to see my grandmother.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that takes care of that question.
Perfect.
Let's do the first sauce. This one is the Sriracha Revolver. This season we have tequila and beet.
Girl, perfect.
We'll see what you can come up with.
As far as flavor profile, you know, it's not too hot. I eat hot wings pretty regularly.
Right.
But I look for flavor, you know? So like the real spices where you get the dimension of flavor. I kind of like this. It almost tastes like they put a little cinnamon in there. I doubt that they did.
I don't think they did, but there's a couple of sauces that have that weird profile where they seem like there's a spice they put in it that is not there.
That's cool. Where are we putting the bones? I think you had
Just leave it on your tray there.
Okay.
Represent where they came from.
Okay. Just gonna grab the napkin myself.
Everyone can examine how much you ate.
Just for the camera, practically the whole wing. But let's just there we go. No.
So do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, but I mostly use it as a hopefully I'm saying the right word, a repository of my materials.
Yeah.
And basically like a portfolio of the things I've done in acting, stage work, that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So that means, do you have an IMDb page?
I do. Yeah.
Really?
I do.
With a picture?
Yeah.
Oh,
With a picture,
nice.
full profile, my agent's information.
Okay, you're our second IMDb.
There you go.
So you're an author,
Mm-hmm.
and your book is Potential to Purpose.
Mm-hmm. From Potential to Purpose, your guide to authentic connections.
Yeah. It recently hit #1 in its category.
It did, yeah. And #1 in biographies of persons with disabilities. Like, just to be clear, it's not a biography book.
Right.
It's actually a book about harnessing your own energy and like how you use your energy to connect to other people and accomplish goals. But people also want to know your backstory as an author, but I didn't want a straight memoir because I find those egotistical. I wanted something that actually people could use the material, and actually I have exercises after every chapter that the person who's reading can apply those lessons from each chapter. So it's not about me, but they get to learn a lot about me in the process.
Right. So here we go.
It was a labor of love. I wrote it over about 6 months, a 6-month process. Yeah, super pumped. It's only been out for about a month, and that it hit #1 the day after I started promoting it, which was like super cool.
Aside from what we just discussed, I mean,
Yeah.
what inspired you to do it?
To be honest, people kept asking me when I was on stage doing my talks, "Do you have a book that I can buy?" And I've never wanted to be that guy. Let me be clear. When I came into the speaking industry, I saw most motivational speakers as dirty car salesmen who were just trying to prey on people's weaker sides, or basically find an opening to basically upsell them on something. And I said I would never be that person. So I had other speakers that were making hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars a year, saying you're doing it all wrong. You need to take advantage of your audience. And I said, well, that's where you're wrong. I'm not taking advantage of anybody. They're giving me the blessing of wanting to even hear what I have to say.
Right.
If they value what I have to say, they'll come up to me afterwards. And then enough people kept saying, where's your book? Where's your book? And it's been years of where's your book till finally this year, in the past 6 months, I wrote the book. I published it from a local publisher in Ontario. A young guy, 22 years old, just starting his own publishing company. He was a scrappy entrepreneur like myself. And I said, I'm going to take a flyer on you. I have so many other publishers approaching me wanting the book. I want to give it to you. And he was just a gem to work with. So shout out to Life Size Publishing in Ontario. They're amazing. Yeah.
We'll put that up there.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's do another one.
Okay.
Let's move over to this is the Heartbeat Hot Sauce. They make excellent sauces. This is the blueberry habanero. Try some blueberry.
Interesting. No, I don't taste any blueberry, but it's got a very rich flavor. Like it does have a sweet flavor. So maybe that blueberry is underneath there.
Probably is.
Yeah.
As I said before, it tastes like a Heartbeat hot sauce. I don't know if they just primarily use habanero, but there is a flavor that they have that no matter what the ingredients are, you can just tell it's Heartbeat hot sauce. And I double dipped again.
Okay. But it's in the same sauce though, right? So that's not a problem.
Yeah, no, I emptied these things, both of them, all up.
Okay. Do you find like in the show that you're sort of emulating that like that host, you get used to eating the hot wings as you've been having more friends over and interviewees and stuff like this?
No, I think. Well, he says Sean Evans says. I mean, he gets sick of it, of the wings.
Oh, really?
Because every time he goes to a restaurant, the chef sends out some wings for him. He's like, last thing I want to eat is more wings. So, and for me, I'm not doing wings. I'm doing plant-based options, and it's the sauce that's going on there. And I find that every single time, while there might be a similarity, every time I do it, it's different. Even the first sauce today was a different flavor than it was the last 2 or 3 times that I did it. In fact, the first time I did it, I couldn't even taste anything on it.
Why do you think that is? Do you think there's an energetic
I think
component?
that's the same for everybody. I think that it depends on what time of day it is, what you've already eaten today, what kind of mood you're in. that determines on
And
how
and
it affects you.
Like
right?
also your taste buds have been warmed up based
Right.
on what you've been
Sure.
eating or
Sure.
whatever, right? Great.
Okay, well, let's do another question.
Sure.
Then we'll get on to the big ones. So you've been involved in some pretty adventurous activities.
I have.
Paragliding in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
You were in Switzerland just for vacation, or you were?
All of my wife's family is from Switzerland. So my wife's originally, her family's from Switzerland. Her dad is one of 4 children. He was the only one who moved to Canada when he was 18 years old. The rest of her family all stayed in Switzerland. So all her cousins, everyone.
So you were visiting family.
I was visiting her family,
It gave you that opportunity.
And it was she hadn't been back in 20 years, which is crazy because she would usually go up around once a year before being with me. But then life catches up with you. You get married. We have a child. We had a daughter, and we just didn't have the time. And finally, I said, "No, we got to make a priority." And although it's an expensive trip, it was life changing.
Yeah.
Why would I say no to the opportunity of paragliding through, the lush green hills in Switzerland? I've also done a 20-story rappel off the side of a building in my wheelchair to raise money for charity. I've done it 3 times. So imagine me strapped with a harness on and equipment and my wheelchair going down an office building while they're actively working. And people are in their offices, and I'm rappelling off the side of the building, and people are going, "What the heck?" And I'm doing that for charity. And in total, I raised almost $15,000 for Easter Seals, which is the camp that I went to as a child, Easter Seals Camp Squamish.
Yeah.
And we have 3 camps. I'm also now a board member of theirs, so it's kind of cool. I like to choose adventurous things that have a purpose. So although I wasn't doing the paragliding for charity, if you're going to live a life with going outside of your comfort zone, you actually do have to practice what you preach every once in a while. And so I wanted to show people I don't just talk about it, I be about it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Excellent. Nice. All right. So this
What's
is it.
the
This
third
is
one?
the Tofino.
It's called
Tofino
Hotter Tough.
Hotter Tough,
Hotter Tough.
which is, again, I picked it just because I like a good tropical flavor.
I thought maybe it's because you like Tofino, which I also
And
like.
Tofino, I did enjoy Tofino. The island's a great place to go.
It is. This one is like tangier. That's really
I
good.
don't remember what the pepper is in here. Yeah, we got carrot and mango.
You can definitely taste the mango.
Pepper, this is the one I can't pronounce. This one actually has turmeric in it.
Turmeric. Yeah, that would explain the color.
So we got some dried chilies in here, and there's the what is that? AJ Amarillo. Again, it's only 3,000 Scoville, so
Yeah, so far these ones have been
Still-
pretty tame.
they're all very tame.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just working our way up to getting used to eating some hot sauce. We get to the middle ones then we start dealing with some higher levels. That big chunk of something on there.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry, quick. I ate that. It was covered in sauce, man.
I'm sure that you're... I don't know if hot
How about a
sauce
french
would
fry?
go, bro. There you go, bud.
Let's try a spicy fry. There's a little. Whoop! I dropped it. Yeah, you're okay with it?
Hot sauce challenge from the first bite to the flames that rise. Experience the thrill that never dies. Oh, call Farbman, you're in for the ride. Feel the fire that's burning inside.
Hey, buddy. No, there's no more for you right now. No, thank you.
I gave you a chicken dipper there as well.
Cool.
In case you want to do extra. 9 pieces. Come on.
Oh, the Round Bridge Pub, where the good times roll. Wings and cold beer, filling up your soul. From open to close, we greet you with a smile. Come down for a meal, stay a long, long, long while. From open to close, we greet you with a smile. Come down for a meal, stay a long, long, long while.
And we're back.
Yeah.
So you a cat person or a dog person?
That's a tough question because I grew up with a cat for 16 years, and so I got very used to having a cat, and I see the benefits of service animals and service dogs all the time. I'm going to say I'm a bunny person because I had 2 rabbits growing up. However, my wife is super into dachshunds, and we recently saw that you can get a Labrador dachshund cross. And so they look like a golden retriever. It's a golden retriever and a dachshund. So like a wiener dog. So it looks like a golden retriever, but it's the size of a wiener dog. And they are the most energetic, incredible. Right? Yeah. So now she's got this obsession of like, we need to find this crossbreed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. We don't have any pets currently.
Quigley's a rescue. So.
Well, all of our pets unfortunately have passed, and we also had a lovebird. My wife had a lovebird for over 20 years.
Okay, so the question was, are you a cat person or a dog person?
Right, now I'm getting off the track.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean more towards dog then, if that's the straight up question
you're asking. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the one question that everybody veers off of.
Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense.
Instantly go both, or
I like to break the mold, man. I
telling a story about how I have a bunny or something. Okay, that's not what the question.
Well, listen, I like to keep you on your toes.
All right, it's good. That's good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right?
I like it. Is this one
this is
the Pimeterie?
Yeah, this one's from Montreal.
Oh, Le Pimeterie.
Le Pimeterie. This is the Calais Berry, which is the green curry.
Green curry
it is one of my favorites. It's it's like a Thai curry, right?
Okay. I like how with yours you're able to just straight up dip them in, like with the size of mine. Like I have to like.
Well, you can drizzle or slam that on there. Take a bite first and get a little edge on it, and get some more working space. Oh, so good.
There we go.
You're like, oh, you're not very good at this.
So is Quigley used to having the scraps with hot sauce on it too? Because I would be worried about the stomach of the dog.
I would be worried too, but no. He wouldn't eat it if it had it. He won't even eat stuff with ketchup on it.
He's just eating like the periphery, like the stuff around the meat.
Well, I'm eating and leaving a little piece without any sauce on it. Or I'll just break one in half and give it to him. So, what did you get off the green sauce?
What, in terms of flavors?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You said there was like a little bit of like a Thai sort of inspiration there. I did think of like Asian cuisine because like sort of the flavors that I was getting was like the accoutrement, as they say, or the things that you would normally experience when you're eating an Asian dish.
Mm-hmm.
So it really actually took me there as I was eating it. That's the cool thing about food. Instantly you get memories or thoughts that pop in your head.
So that one's 6,000.
It was a little bit sharper. I found that.
Yeah, it is a bit. So what is one misconception about accessibility or disability that you like to clear up?
Like about accessibility in and of itself, or about my life as a person with a disability? Kind of.
We sort of touched that on before we started the show. Was talking about disability and how other people view it.
So my answer would be, a big misconception is people feel that I live in pity for myself and that I hate my life because of having a disability.
Right.
The biggest sort of quantifier for that would be the amount of people over my lifetime who've randomly come up to me and said, "Can I pray for you?"
Oh.
And I actually recently had it happen, recent as in within the last year, where I was out with my wife and my sister, and we're in near the seawall in Vancouver, and we're going for a walk, run, roll type of situation. And this guy kind of starts running behind us. And then I could tell he wanted to maybe say something to me. So then he goes, "Excuse me." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Can I pray for you?" I said, "No, I'm good. That's all about." And he's like, "No, but here's the thing. I'm a preacher. I do this for a living. And I can tell you, it's done some incredible things." I said, "Well, here's the thing, though. I don't need your prayers because I love my life. As you can see, I have a beautiful wife. I have an amazing sister. We're out on a beautiful day." And the thing that really bothers me about that is that this person was clearly trying to do it for themselves, not for me. And that's the part that's just like, I don't need your pity. I also don't need your prayers. I've come to terms a long time ago. That's not to say that I haven't had depression and I haven't been frustrated about my disability. I'm a human being. Yeah. And so there's going to be times where being in a chair kind of sucks. Yeah. You know, if I get up to a flight of stairs, my wife always affectionately says, "Marco doesn't have a disability until he's presented with a set of stairs." Mm-hmm. And she's right. If the environment around me has been built in such a way that I can make it work, then there is no disability. Right. But really, the attitudes of other people, I think, is the biggest hurdle to have to overcome. And the attitude also includes that of their savior complex is not my issue. If whether they want to be my savior or not, that's on them, but that's not something that I need. So
I mean, that's just exactly it, because they could have done that without approaching you, couldn't they?
They could have just done a prayer. It's like people who you see on YouTube, TikTok, who want to give money to homeless people and record themselves doing it.
Yeah.
If you want to be altruistic, be altruistic. Yeah. Do it when no one is watching, you know? Whether you're spiritual or religious or whatever, if you believe in an afterlife or somebody watching over you or thinking, good for you, then let that be the thing.
Yeah.
Or let your own inner thoughts be the thing. That's it.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
You're almost having a nap, buddy. So, okay, let's get on to this next one.
Sure.
This is the Dirty Dicks.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, I already did a little flavor. It's a warm. It's got some flavor. How much are we talking?
Dirty Dicks.
It's a jump to 21,000. There she is, Karen, now.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on in.
Okay, Dirty Dicks.
We were just talking about you.
As I say, Dirty Dicks. That's the name of the hot sauce, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a delicious sauce. I can see how you're saying.
Yeah, it is nice.
It's like a teriyaki / barbecue.
Yeah.
I think Karen came at the right time because if I remember correctly, we're now on Dawson's.
Next question's going to bring us to the Dawson's.
Woo! Which you said is on par. Said is on par with the bomb.
It's on par with kicking you in the ass.
Okay. but not necessarily burning your tongue off like
not like the bomb.
Okay, that's good.
No.
That's good.
No, the bomb is still what it is.
Yeah.
That's not gonna. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're coming to the kick you in the ass sauce.
Sweet, good timing.
So this is a perfect time to if you could create a spicy wing of wisdom mantra of some sort.
Ooh, so giving like a knowledge drop, something of a spicy knowledge drop for people.
Sure, something that we can that you could put some spicy wisdom our way.
Okay. Well, for people who know me, they're going to say this is kind of an old piece of knowledge, but I'm going to say you die twice. Once when you actually pass away, and the next time is when the person who last remembers you passes away also.
Oh.
Because you live on in the memories of other people.
That's correct. Yeah.
So remember that your last breath is not necessarily your last impact. How's that for some spice?
That's not too bad.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll take it.
So on that note, shall we really...
On that note, this is where it is. And I'm already sort of going...
because
I know what's coming.
Oh, you know what's coming.
I'm going to do it. I'm
actually a little scared now because now I'm seeing as it's settled, it's actually created a red ring around the outside, red ring around the outside, and then brown on the inside that was not there before.
Yeah.
So I actually think it's mutating.
It separates really easily. So that's why you really have to mix it when you put it in there.
So now I'm about to bite into something that's going to kick my ass apparently. Okay. Yeah. This is tasty stuff. Literally what it tastes like for me. It's yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
No.
Pendejo.